Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ismi binti Ismail. My matric numbers is 1191908. In this video, I with my group members which is Muhammad Raziq, Muhammad Hafizuddin, Sharifah Nur Fatihah and Amir Hakim will present about Japan. In order to expand the business to Japan, we have made a study of the country of Japan in several aspects. Firstly is about overview of Japan. Japan is one of the developed countries in the world. Japan also is an East Asian archipelago of 4 major islands and more than 6,800 others. The Japanese lives in urban lifestyles. This lifestyle shows that Japan is growing economic and innovative hub. Besides that, the traditions in Japan combines ancient traditions with aspects of Western life. In the past, Japan has experienced the collapse of the country during World War II, but the hardworking and creative Japanese society has changed everything. And nowadays, Japan has become the third largest economy in the world.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Hakim bin Muhammad Azmi. Today, I'm going to share about the social and culture in Japan. Japanese society is not as homogeneous as usually imagined, with variations according to region, community size, and urban or rural location, education, work, or belonging to a minority group. However, all Japanese share specific cultural values and accepted rules of conduct. Hence, there is a high degree of homogeneity in their social customs rather than as regards ethnicity or lifestyle. There are precisely three traditions such as Shinto, Zen Buddhism, and Confucianism are probably the traditions that have had the greatest impact on the formation of the mindset of Japanese business. Now, we are going to discuss about the Japanese cultural values in business. First and foremost, striving for perfection. Seeking perfection in even the smallest matters is a cultural value that reflects in the usually high level of quality and service in Japan. Perfection should be attempted, although it is known that such a thing is not always possible. Thus, mastering technique by constant repetition is insufficient, and it is necessary to attempt to reach a state of no mind function. Secondly, is the flexibility to adapt to changes. In Zen practice, there is a saying that the most wonderful mind is like water, because water continuously changes its shape to adapt to any kind of environment. Flexibility is achieved by avoiding attachments, which means by being able to change to adapt to new situations. Then, the membership of a group and cooperation within it. Japanese society gives a great deal of importance to the group or community and to its social function as the nucleus around which work and life revolve. Thus, the individual exists as a member of the group and his behavior should be polite and appropriate to promote cooperation within it. Other than that is the social hierarchy and respect for age. The vertical structure of Japanese society is based on the Confucian concept of social hierarchy, which clearly specifies the responsibilities and obligations that govern the relations between individuals. Among the most important are respect for the elderly and deference to seniority. Next is the importance of complying with social norms. The Confucianism concept of Li extends from codified acts of everyday life to ethical norms for thinking, feeling, and acting. It provides every person with a specific position in family, community, and society. In turn, this allows everyone to decide what one should and shouldn't do in a particular circumstance, and hence to decide on the appropriate words and actions. Lastly, the acceptance of the inevitable. Zen teaches that anything, even death, can be faced without fear by accepting this inevitability. Besides, the awareness that events cannot be controlled is inductive to accepting facts as they are. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will talk about the economic and trade analysis in Japan. Japan is one of the world's strongest and most industrialized economies. It has a well-educated industry workforce which make it one of the largest consumer markets in the world with its large prosperous population. From 1968 until now, the economy of Japan was the world's second largest behind the US. Firstly, Japan has a highly developed system of transportation and infrastructure which greatly supports its economy. highly quality modes of transport such as road, rail, air, and sea cover every part of the country. Therefore, this is a convenient for easy business transportation facilities. Secondly, the good communication network are well developed and provide all the new modes of communication, ranging from television, telephone, high-speed wireless, and satellite communication. Thirdly, Japan's major sector, including manufacturing, construction, and mining, are the key contributor to the gross domestic product, which is GDP of the world. Most of them are private business since Japan has a transparent economic structure. They primarily manufacture machine, motor vehicle, textile, and electronic as well as electrical appliances. Next, the advantages for foreign direct investment in Japan. Firstly, Japan has very high buying power and strong domestic demand, in addition to being the second largest economy in the world. Next, due to its geographical position, it is easier for any foreign investor working in the Japan's market to enter other Asia market. Next, the business climate is obvious beneficial and a healthy democratic structure strengthens it. Moreover, there are various promise for attracting foreign business to Japan, which is removing language barriers. That means display the information and in foreigner language at shops and public space. Then, improvement of internet access, which is installment of the free public wireless LAN or Wi-Fi. Next, business jet recognition at nearby airports, and then reinforcement of consultant program to help international companies, which is mean investment advisor assignment system. Next, Japan provide a range of tax incentives open to foreign investors in Japan that are global and local. For the benefit of both foreign investors and all Japanese firms, these opportunity schemes have been developed. The following include this incentive, which tax reward for extensive special zones. That means tax advantage are provided by the government in the form of special depreciation laws and other deduction pertaining to investment in special field, machinery and plants. Then, tax incentive to improve local business. Besides that, appropriate to trade with other country, which is the land in Japan suitable for agriculture is inadequate to produce enough food for Japan's large population. So, Japan imports most of its food from the other countries. Japan lack of manufactured goods such as oil, coal, iron and steel, copper, aluminium and wood that are necessary for industry and energy. Therefore, this is the opportunities to invest in Japan by making trades needed by the country like as raw materials. From that, Japan must import most of these goods. Lastly, in the company who invest in Japan will get the comfortable living. Most livable Japan cities chosen by the world such as Tokyo and Osaka. Moreover, the atmosphere there is very safe, clean and peaceful. The government provide various support and Japan is safe country and a foreigner does not feel treated when we walk alone or do a business. Japan also have an excellent educational system and good healthcare system. In Japan, it is a very convenient and livable country. There are supermarket and hypermarket nearby where we can buy a wide variety of items including necessity, basic need and food and beverages and other than that. We may consume a large range of food from our home country and other culture. We will enjoy cuisine a high level of health and literacy occurs. In conclusion, the economic and trade in Japan is very advanced and this is relevant for investor or foreign investment to expand its business to the Japan. The foreign indirect investment will get more benefit based on the economic and trade in Japan, such as a highly developed transportation, good communication service, appropriate to trade with other country, and the foreign or investor will get the comfortable living in Japan. Therefore, Japan is a country that are the potential for foreign investor to invest or expand their business successfully. That's all for me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Safian Metric number 1191942. Today, I want to explain about business opportunities in Japan. My first point is GDP. Japan is quite different to other Asian countries in that the opportunities are not due to rapidly GDP and expanding middle class. Its economy is developed and mature, and its middle class already well established. Opportunities are therefore to be found in discovering new niches in a changing and increasingly open economy with an established cohort of middle-class consumers. My next point is technology. Japan's technology nowadays quite surprisingly. Implementing the Internet of Things (IoT) in business requires a huge upfront investment. It is a barrier for SMEs and startups to develop IoT products or services, which has been long considered possible. This technology significantly reduced the cost by replacing a core physical IoT infrastructure with a cloud-based service, and is now opening up opportunities for smaller companies to launch creative and innovative IoT products and services. My last point is infrastructure. Japan has a highly developed, modern infrastructure of railroads, subways, airports, harbors, warehouses, and telecommunication for the distribution of all types of goods and services. Japan has over 20 ports and 5 international airports. Tokyo International Airport (HND) and Narita International Airport (NRT) are the two major airports in the Tokyo region. Japan's ports, airports, and imports processing are generally well organized and efficient. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharifah Fatiha binti Syed Jamaluddin. My metric number is 1191969. My part is about business risk. Business risk is influenced by numerous factors, including sales volume, per unit price, input cost, competition, and the overall economic climate and government regulation. Firstly, the business risks are cyber attacks. Crime levels in Japan are low, but cybercrime is on the rise with a gross number. $350 million of cryptocurrency has been stolen. This becomes significant and crucial for us to take care of this issue regarding of these matters. Then, misuse of technologies. The first 7 months of 2017, there are 33 cryptocurrency fraud cases has been reported. 20,000 fake shopping sites have been identified by Japan's National Police Agency. Stepping up the cyber security to improve the Japan cyber resilience. On top of that, regional and global governance failure. China, known as a crucial export destination for Japan, but the regulation powers between these two economic powers remain uncertain. So the next point are about illicit trade. There are only 6 countries, including Japan, signed the Armed Trade Treaty (ATT). 2.4 tons of ivory were legally exported from Japan between 2011 and 2016. Natural catastrophe and natural disaster. Japan known as a major earthquake zone. For instance, earthquake and a tsunami, tropical cyclones, and also nuclear incident in Fukushima in 2011. As a result, we can conclude that even though Japan is a well-developed country, but there are also the business risks that need to be handled and improve it. That's all from me. Thank you.
So, for the conclusion, Japan is a good option to grow a business and invest in it, but there is no denying the risk behind it. Because of that, it is very important for a company to make an observations about the country in which they want to develop their business in terms of culture, economic, political, business opportunity, and business risk. Japan has also shown that good culture in its country plays an important role in the development of the country. Last but not least, we need to observe properly about the country that we want to invest. That's all from us. Thank you.